Hello and welcome. My name is Ralik York and I'm your host at the Soul Filler Podcast, a space for personal and spiritual growth. Enjoy the following episode.
This is so important because a lot of people forget that however I say things, it will never be the way I said it. It will be the way you... So this quite often is happening. If anything in this podcast is triggering you, question this. Ask yourself
hopefully something is triggering. And even when something is triggering you, remember to take a deep breath and let it go. Every week I will introduce you to incredible people who are managing the body, mind and soul game in different unique ways. We will talk about spiritual practices and other helpful techniques and tools that will help you to improve your spiritual, physical, mental and emotional health.
That's a good question. I do think that I can speak for myself, that I'm very much an empath and that I'm very connected with my emotions.
There's something that's happened, so it's an external trauma of some sorts that has then presented itself in a car crash or you've fallen over or you've injured yourself.
You will meet experts from different fields, life coaches, doctors, trainers, entrepreneurs.
So ultimately it's just labels that again doesn't reflect our true nature, which is way deeper than that.
To enjoy the most incredible human experience in this lifetime, we need to take care of the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul in many ways.
By spending time outside, I think it's just a really great way to burn more calories in a fun way. And of course, there's other health benefits to it as well.
And you were one of the most positive people I met.
Namaste.
Ciao! With my blue gloves on.
Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Enjoy the following episode. I am so excited to welcome Irina, the Art of Healing. It's an incredible being, incredible woman. She's so many things. She's a model, she is a spiritual guide, she's a mother. Of course, it's a great, the biggest space to make. Such an expression of universal love and the pure love in person. I'm so glad to have you here. And there are also so many other things, but we will talk about spirituality today, about your path, about your gift, because I have experienced it and I'm still like, it was mind-blowing. That experience, we'll talk about Sadhu board or Sadhu nails board. And thank you and welcome, and so grateful that you're here. And where should we start? Your spiritual path, your experience. Let's talk about Sadhu board. That's first. Yes. How do you found it? How do you experience it? I mean, everybody has some different experience, right? It's individual, but can you tell us more about it?
Okay, so maybe first I will start from my personal experience, how that came into my life. And yes, I think it's interesting because I think all the experiences like that we have all that comes to us is because of some reason. So I think definitely the Sadhu board came into me in a very special moment through one friend of mine. So he was traveling and he's left actually he was going to Africa to spend some months there. Yeah. And he's passed by my place and he said oh Dina, maybe you want to experience something new. And I said, yes, Mama, of course, I'm so open to whatever comes. Yeah, but I had no idea what it's all about. But it was yes, of course. So I saw that wood thing with the nails and I was ooh, looks a bit intense, but I can do it because I'm intense. And was nothing that I expected, was nothing of what I thought about it, My first Sadhu board experience was just I went on and off in just few seconds, I think. My body crushed completely. My soul was wow, what is happening? It was very strong, very intense. One of the most surprising, I think, situations since I started, because It's very interesting because our mind projects a lot of things, when, especially visually, you know, I'm a very visual person, so like we get the information from outside and then we process it very quick and we create the story about it, you know. So I realized that all the stories that we created might be like lies.
Yes.
So it was very interesting. The beginning of Sadhu world for me was like, let's check out what we have inside. Let's check out what program we run in our mind. It's very difficult to know so, because we're so instinctive and automatic beings, and feeling it's something that we kind of think that we do naturally, you know. I catch myself so many times. Wow, there's so much happening in our head. And we're not always capable, and we don't have the space to understand ourselves.
Yeah. So you observe it or question it? How does it?
I always question myself a lot, you know.
Okay.
I'm like, since I remember myself, I always ask the tough, the deep, the difficult question. I'm like, please, can anyone explain everything about everything? I was very curious, and it was like, and especially like, with very complex things, you know. I don't call them difficult, but like human relationship, why we're here, what is the reason, you know, what is who we are, there's like a lot of complex things that I still try to deep dive, and I like to experience like through myself. So I realized very quick that Sadhu board would be my practice and my tool to access my mind, actually. Yes.
True. How does it work? Because it's intense, and my experience was very intense. It wasn't really a pain. I cannot even describe it. You know, like standing there. It's the first thing. The mind is going crazy. The pain you experience, all that, I guess, blood circulation improves.
It's activated, so that is what is the biggest, like actually the beginning of the practice is through the stimulation of points in the feet. You get a lot of activation in your blood circulation, so this is like the first thing that we experience, and it's something very speedy and very intense, because basically we are not getting those kind of stimulation in our daily basics. We do nothing with our feet. We are not aware that our feet is supporting all entire our body, you know. So it's something that we really abandon it by the time. And I'm talking in general terms. I'm talking about the entire body. It's not about the feet. We really lose the practice of grounding. We lost the connection with our like mother, you know, earth. We lose the connection of being aware, like that even walking, it's a miracle. Yes, I think this is the first like physical experience, and then for me, Sadhu board, if I would need to describe, would be like the connection in between the mind and the physical body that get connected somewhere in the between. So it's like the communicator of and clarifier of what is in between. And the most beautiful thing for me about Sadhu board practice, it's always within yourself. There's like so many healing techniques or treatments, or there's so many different kind of modalities that you could work on yourself, and it's all of them I find it like very interesting and beautiful. But for me, the fascinating thing about Sadhu board is always with yourself. It's the perfect tool to understand and to catch yourself, you know. And there's like, you always will be standing with yourself there, even if I'm there. It's your own experience. And it's a very speedy one. So for me, the most amazing thing is like how quick you can learn and how quick you can undo so many things in your like mind, body. It's a doorway, actually.
Yeah, it is. So it's kind of somatic work, and also very emotional, very clarifying. It starts with the stimulation.
It starts with the stimulation, and it ends up where it ends up. Where it ends up. I think it ends up where you want to end up. That is amazing thing also for me about this tool. You are the one that are deciding where you gonna stop. For me, this is like pure magic. It's like it's within yourself that you are like, should I keep going? Can I? That questioning in seconds. We have not so many opportunities to have that quick answers, like, Should I? Okay.
What do you mean? The time you were standing on heels, or after that, or both? You decide for both how long you can.
Depends, but I mean that still. So it's not about the time. It's about your own unique experiences.
Yes.
And the as much you experiences, as much things you will discover. So it never will be the same practice, even like different kind of days, you know, it's like every single day you will have different kind of experience. So it's like the magic about it, you never know what you will learn about yourself, but it will be always about yourself.
It is. How often do you recommend it?
Well, I will explain a bit maybe more 2 ways of working with. My approach is more therapeutic.
Yes.
So I'm looking more like to challenge people and to make them like go deep, you know, and with support of someone that is able to give you that space, you know.
Yes. I know what you mean.
It's much more easy and it's much more, yes, it's beautiful actually.
It is. I allow myself to share my experience back then, because at the first time apart where I was standing on the knees, literally so many times my mind trying to say to me, just like stop. And if you weren't there to support me, even the last few, I don't know, seconds, it's you just don't have any sense of time in that moment. You're just there, you're so present, and you experience something. It's like pain, but not exactly. It's so crazy. And then when there's someone like you to support you, another more 3 breaths, and then you're like, okay, I can do it. Because all the time you're like, just get up. That and the mind.
With monkey mind, so it's a very beautiful training for your mind in order to understand how monkey you are. And we all are like very messy things molded together. So it's very personal, you know, but at the same time I see all of us going through the same moments.
I agree. And most important, because the magic happens actually afterwards. Sitting down and just let all the stuff coming out. I'm not sure. You are more experienced and can share something, but I cannot even imagine that I will do something like this alone without having someone like you on my side, because it's so intense. You're just like, I cannot explain. You're releasing so much, and if there's nobody to, it could be dangerous, right? It's crazy.
Well, I think any work of letting go, if we're talking about like breathing techniques, if we're talking about any deep yes, it's like if you're doing by your own, I think there's like different kind of ways to do so. You can do it by your own, it's one kind of thing, and we always need to do that part of work with yourself, you know, and like making clear decisions, making pacts with yourself. And then in the other hand, we need each other. We're human beings. We made from like love. Yes. If you want to call it like this. We were created through love source. So we constantly seeking and looking for someone else. We need the support. We need someone to be around us. Of course it is. And this was for me like, wow, I get now goosebumps.
Yeah.
This is the part that I needed to learn most actually in my personal life, you know, like I would be by myself many hours, I would meditate many hours, I like this solitude so much, I get so much peace from it.
Yes.
But in some point I was like, when I became mother actually, I kind of really deep dive into like how really humans are, you know? And through that experience, I was like, no, we come from 2. We are like 9 months 2. So this like magic number, it appears every time, you know. Okay, this is like, you can do it many things by yourself, but we're always seeking to be with someone else and to share and to, it's very like basic human need.
Yes. Well, it's evolutionary also, biology, all the things, right? Wow.
So like once you understand like you are the real source of energy, your power, there's nothing that will like stop you actually.
And from that place you create.
And you live and you love and you share and you're able like, okay, there's some bad thing happening. we call it that, you know. No, it's just experience. Just give it to me, I will live it. I will live it. Yes. It's like, and this is for me also the basic learning of being mother, you know. So they don't separate, you know. It's like, I'm sad. Well, I'm sad, you know. I'm angry, like, all goes out. It's very important to understand it, but at the same time, it's very important by the time to aim the tools in order to live more pleasant and more aligned life. And it's possible, but just like it's about aiming tools to organize yourself, to organize your mind, to learn about your body, to learn about how we function. Yeah, I think it's the biggest secret actually about ourselves, you know. It's
And that's why it's important to let them be the children. When they're angry, just be angry. Because I remember back then I was so suppressed, like, you know, don't be so loud, don't be so, you know,
intense, I imagine.
Yeah, don't laugh so, you know, much, or don't cry for anything, for nothing. And at some point you learn to suppress those things, those feelings, those emotions. Yeah, and here comes Sadhu board again.
Again,
talk about
this coming back.
Talk about this, but yeah, and then everything magically released after that. It's I don't know how it's happened, but it's just like
I can explain you a bit more. Yeah. So because we live that life and we accumulate, we're very accumulating beings. Yeah. We like to hold on to things. We like to own things. We're very material actually. So because of that reason, we get very heavy. So when you get into the Sadhu board, you go with all that heaviness on. Yeah?
Yes.
What's happening actually, because there's a lot of grounding through your feet, you get kind of really that feeling of the energy comes through the ground and sucks you in. Yeah. And at the same time, you start to move all the energy up. So any movement in our body will create movement. Yes, it will create release somehow if you let go. So for me, like the important thing that I learned actually, it's like all of us, as much you hold inside, as much you will need to let go. So some people let go a lot, and some people they don't need to. Yeah. But it's more like not about learning how to do it; it's more unlearning. For me, it's like the biggest topic, you know. It's like let's unlearn everything that you learn. And start from zero. Yeah. It's very powerful.
Wow. Yes. That is the message of the podcast episode, I guess. Let's just unlearn. Let's unlearn. I love it. Yeah.
So that's what you experience afterwards, why you feel like so relaxed and so happy after like Sadhu board. It's not because you went out through the like struggle or pain or intensity, but it's actually like you relax into your body. When you relax into your body, so many beautiful things happen. And the release mechanism is actually the most amazing and the most healthy thing for us. And we constantly avoid that. Yeah. We constantly run from the pain, from intense experiences, you know, from whatever it's like, we call it that. And I realized that there's no sense actually to escape from yourself, because there's no one else that is able to take care about yourself. There's no one else that will come to you and say like, hey, you want to help? Maybe I will do it. Yeah. Maybe I'm that kind of love source that I'm capable to do it, but life is tough. Yeah. Life is hard sometimes, you know, so you need to find the ways and you need to aim the tools in order to become better with yourself.
I love that. And as I said, we try to escape from it, but we cannot escape from ourselves.
No. Because there's no sense actually. We came here like for a reason. As much as you will escape, you will find yourself again. You know? Yes. There's no sense actually of escaping.
And avoiding and escaping from pain. It needs to be heard, to be seen, to be felt. And then it's ready to be let go, right?
And also I realized that why we need a practice of something, you know, like meditation, exercise, like reading even, you know, it's an exercise for your mind. I realized like, yes, as much you train yourself, as much you work with yourself, as easy life becomes to you. Yeah. So if we want to live like really fulfilled, happy, easygoing life, you need to learn how to...
Absolutely.
You need to learn how to do, undo. It's that constant process of like, now I let go. Now I aim some information because since we have that new space, when we let go, the most beautiful thing is like you feel light. Why we feel light? Because it's just lighter, you know. We are capable then to invite new things in our life. Since we don't have this space, imagine that everything gets accumulated. It's like a room full of things, you know. It's like you have no space for anything. It not your life. It not will be easy going and happy. So as much you train yourself actually to let go.
Yeah.
It means like,
and you need to train that like daily. We train our muscles with sports, yoga, whatever you enjoy, and that's the same way we need to train our souls, our minds. Question that, make space, let go.
And then again, and you're like, in some point I remember like, what is the sense of that? You know, just repeating, but I knew it since I was a kid.
Okay.
I love it, repetition. I would be like looping forever, I call it, you know.
Okay.
With many things, like with sports, with doing something for hours. It's like losing the time. And I realized that it's like one of the most pleasant thing actually to experience, and we lose a lot that because we give pressure to ourselves. This is the time, we need to do this and that. And it's absolutely incorrect actually. We need to have time for experiencing just like things how they come, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. We talk about so many things. I'm so grateful and so convinced that it already helps me in many ways, and also other people, women or men, whatever. For being a parent, for the Sadhu board. I still have the whole video from my experience. It was really intense. There are so many things, and to observe it and to watch what happened to you. I experienced it and I watched it twice and I was like crazy.
I think it's very important also when we share the experiences. There's like double side, One, it's you experiencing the thing, and another one is me seeing myself experiencing. It's very important to have that view of ourselves from outside. And we have access actually to that not only through the psychedelics and different kind of therapeutic work. We have the access actually to see ourselves. And for me, I promise, like for me, it's still like so surprising when I see when I was doing actually this experience with you, and then when I saw the video, I'm like, I get every single time I get impressed of how capable we are, how amazing we are, how strong we are, like how much of courage we have, how much of willing power we have. I am still like, we are so amazing human beings, all of us.
Yeah. Then we have it inside. We just have to experience it, see it. But your gift to be there and to know. I was like, for everybody who is experiencing it, you just don't know what's happening. Shake and you cry, and every single moment where to touch, where to like what to do, how to.
This is a practice.
It's a practice. It's a gift.
It's a practice to do so.
But it was, I mean, for everyone who needed it, where can they find you?
So my basic source of communication, it's Instagram actually. I'm very busy in my daily basics, so I'm the mother, so it takes all my time. The motherhood is everything for me. Then I have my own salon, so I spend many hours there too.
Yeah,
in terms of temps, I'm not like the most available person in the world.
But still,
my healing pathway, it's expanding a lot, and I want to be there.
Can you make also like, because your time is so precious, group sessions too?
I will organize. I will organize the first group session that will be big actually. In 1st of June.
Okay, I will be there. Everybody,
so this one will be like the first one.
Collective, that will be crazy. I mean, it's pretty intense for you. I can imagine.
It's beautiful. Actually, for me, like one-on-one practice, it's very beautiful. The group practices, it's very powerful because when we see others able to do so and experiencing different kind of things,
and that's
we really open up much more ourselves. So there's like that human support to each other that has no price. So practices in groups are like so amazing and so deep.
I cannot wait. Well, then, and your contact on Instagram, Irina, How have they seen?
Everyone, I'm a very open person, so people
The
just
art of
can
healing.
reach up. Yes,
Yeah.
they can chat up. They can send me a message. But I'm very communicative actually, but I'm very at the same time. I like my privacy.
Sure,
basically.
of course.
But
And your
yeah,
time.
I'm very open.
Great, the group session. I just love just because I will be there. I just it will be beautiful and yeah. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your life, your
Thank you for
gifts.
inviting me. It's beautiful.
So great. You're one of the people who are like you don't know for so long, but you feel like you know them forever because your presence, your loving kind, and it's just so welcoming and make me feel so good. Thank you so much. And